Okay. I love you.
Well, hello everyone. Today we're going to have a little bit of a chat about ethics and motovlogging. Now, Slobo Lobo. Is it Slobo Lobo or is it Slobo Lobo? Me and my wife have a debate. I'm on Slobo Lobo, but I could be wrong. He recently brought up a very interesting point about clip channels stealing or freebooting people's content. So I'm going to do exactly that to him. No, I'm not. It was something he mentioned in the video, which sort of reminded us / got us thinking of something that has been on my mind for a little while. And that is the general ethics around motovlogging. On that, there's a few different points to it. One of them is the calamari race team style. I'm going to do 200 mile an hour and pull wheelies of doing 200 mile an hour. They just do it here. So yeah, one of them is the calamari race team style of doing 200 mile an hour or wheelies all up and down the motorways or freeways or in 20 mile an hour school zones. But the point that I want to talk about today is the ethics that I consider when I'm riding about, because every motovlogger will tell you when something interesting happens, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, there's always a little bit inside you that goes, ooh, that'll be good. Of course it does, right? Because you spend all this time making content, you get no views, and then suddenly you get some cut you up and you're like, well, you can go on YouTube. I've actually not been pulled over by the police. Maybe that's because of the chronic underfunding on this bike, but you know, the standard road rage type behaviour, and I am better at controlling my anger. I do have a habit of shouting a little bit if someone's really done something dangerous, or does it repeatedly. I drive the same routes about the same time, so I find the same people do things repeatedly. So probably if you saw us kick off with someone in any of my shorts, the chances are is, I think on all of them actually, I know the cars specifically, and it's not the first time they've done something like that before. There's probably an exception. I could be wrong, but there's probably an exception to it. And yeah, now let me get past the speed camera and blast the tits off you. So yeah, what I'm talking about is, I'm sure everyone's got excited when there's been an odd frisky moment happening, and you've got a camera strapped to your face thinking, oh, I can upload this to YouTube. But what I find interesting, and I know it's been talked about for quite a while on various internet forums, is the manufacturing of content. Yeah, and there's a few ways that people manufacture content, right? So it could be just putting yourself in dangerous situations. A lot of people are guilty of that. I don't know about dangerous, but I've certainly played up to a camera before. Nothing that I think would cross a legal threshold or be frowned on by anyone but people who generally hate motorbikes. You know what I mean? I'm like wheeling down school zones. Yeah, there was something recently that happened where I saw a stranded biker, and I'd usually stop if there was someone was stranded. Of course you would, you're a good person. But quickly realised this came into a bit more field of view, was there was a police. Now I know that would go gangbusters on a short. I could do some clickbaity title and it'll probably just get, I don't know, 10, 12,000 views if it picks up right. But at least like 2,000 to 4,000, which for someone of my channel size is really good. That's a lot of eyes on my other content. Now I think that is probably about as far on the line as I would ever consider manufacturing content, going out of the way for content. I know if you were unscrupulous and really want your channel to pop off, get your mate, drop him off, stranded biker. It's the same with the old, who was it? Was it, I think, a lad called Joey Salads, who used to do the fake homeless videos and just make content out of homeless people. Another one, which I know, like, I can't prove it, I don't know if anyone has, but there are a few American channels that find a lot of bloody drop wallets and heroically return them to their owners. Now, if it happened to a couple of people who happen to be wearing GoPros and happen to be on motorcycles on a nice sunny day when they've got nothing else on. Yeah, and something else which did cross my mind but I didn't do was there was a McLaren on the road not dissimilar to this one. However, I could see there was a bit of traffic up ahead, and if I timed it right, I could have framed the shot to look like my little 600 caught some idiot McLaren owner off guard and absolutely rinsed them. There's a shot I put on of a McLaren existing in the road, and that did really well. So, quote unquote racing a McLaren, I know for a fact it is very likely to perform very well. However, I have the luxury of such temptations being removed from me. For I commute, and I don't want to spend a second on the roads longer with all these arsehole cars than I have to, because I want to get home to my wife. Yeah, I would say that, of course, wouldn't I? Yeah, it's amazing how many heroes appear on popular motorcycle channels. Interesting.